Hello and welcome back for another gardening update. We're going to get right into it. This video is all about germinating seeds in coffee filters. Here I'm showing you the very first seeds I tried to germinate in these coffee filters, and as you can see, the germination rate was about 0%. I grew more mold than anything. Here's some lavender seeds that did not germinate as well, but it's okay because this was experimenting and I did start some in the soil pods. So this is my second round of seeds that I'm going to try to germinate in the coffee filters. My plan with these seeds is to sort of take a direct sowing approach. I just want to germinate them in the coffee filters, and then I plan on placing them into containers that will be outside, so that way I don't have to harden them off or do the whole indoor light thing. It's just, I feel like this is going to be a lot easier. So here I'm going to show you how simple it is. I can do it with one hand. I just laid the coffee filter down, I sprayed some water on it to stick it to the counter, and now I'm folding the top half down. It's so easy, I can do it with one hand. And then I'm taking my water bottle and really saturating the coffee filter with water. Try to get as much air out of the filter as you can, but it does not need to be perfect. And you really want these to be wet, because once you put them into the Ziploc baggie, the hope is that you don't have to spray them down too much. Here are all the little seeds in my recycled baggies. I labeled them with the date, and then I gather them all together and put them in a little plastic container under the grow lights. One of the most important things I learned after the first set of seeds I started was that you really don't need to start a lot of seeds. Think about the space that you have and how many plants you can realistically fit into that space, or else you'll be getting rid of a lot of plants that you took care of for weeks, and it's never a great feeling. So here are some morning glory seeds. It is best to put them in some warm water and let them soak 24 hours prior to germinating. This will help them sprout a little quicker. And I think this was only 12 hours into the soaking, and you can already see that they're opening up. Progress on the seeds germinating in the coffee filters. So here are the morning glory seeds, and man, once you soak those things, they start sprouting super quickly. I think this is only just a couple days in, so pretty impressive. Nothing yet with the tomato. We got these tiny little sprouts here, squash, and one more here, right here. Of course, the lettuce is doing great. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it is such thin, fine sprouts, but the lettuce is doing well. Here's bells of Ireland. Tomatoes, nothing quite yet. More lettuce sprouting. Oh no, these are the tomatoes. So we got some baby sprouts there. Here's one here. I don't know if you can see because of the sun. These are the lavender, and I'm kind of okay if they don't sprout. I didn't really have good luck with them last time, so I was just trying one more time, but I just potted my lavender that I did start from seed that is growing well, and I think I'm okay. I think I have everything I need with that, but there you have it. So here are my lettuce seeds that have been germinating in the coffee filters. A little bit of mold is growing on them, but I'm getting them out of here today. I have 3 different varieties. We have tango leaf lettuce, which is like a curly, fun lettuce. Butterhead lettuce. Can't wait for these. And then we have some red romaine lettuce, and I'm going to plant them in a container. So I have this one here. I've added in some dried crumbled leaves on the bottom of this, and then I did a mix of this mushroom compost and potting soil, and I filled it pretty much all the way up. I'm going to plant my seeds 6 inches apart, and then I'm going to cover it with a layer of the potting soil. And then before, I'm going to just add a little bit of this fertilizer to the top few inches of the soil. So let's get going. So I always start off with some dried cracked leaves, break them up as much as I can, and then I start adding a little bit of the mushroom compost to it, and then I'll fill this up with potting soil as well. Look how big these morning glory seedlings are already. And I started them after all the other seeds, so crazy. So they require 6 inches of spacing. So I added some coleus to the end of these, and then I'm gonna fill these spots with morning glories, and then these will be placed alongside of our fence, so that way they can use the fence as the trellis. Literally, that's it. It took me like 5 seconds. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 inches apart. So we got 4 morning glory plants in here, and then these need about 12 inches, but I'll let them grow over. So there's all the lettuce. They're so tiny. Hopefully there'll be a little more something within the next week, and hopefully we'll be eating them in a couple weeks. And I put as many in there as I can with as much spacing, and then I'll thin out whatever needs to be thinned out when they get a little bigger. And then here's the morning glories. So they will be hanging out in here until the weather gets a little better. Look how crazy these have gotten. This is the yellow squash, and I am finally putting this into some soil. I cannot believe how huge this is. Wow. Look at these thick, healthy roots. Just for reference, look how big this seedling is. So I'm going to put two in each of these, and then 1 here. This will be zucchini, and this will be tomatoes. and they won't be in here very long, so I'm going to put them together and just grow as many as I can. I am so shocked by these roots. I don't...
Feels pretty sturdy.
Yay, it looks so beautiful. I'm so shocked. I don't know if I was mentally prepared for how big these squash are gonna be. And I'm really not sure how well they're gonna do being transplanted like this, just because of how big the roots are already. But they did sprout very quickly, so if it doesn't work out, I'll just do it in the soil next time. These are my Black Beauty zucchini seedlings. These are so big. They're already bigger than some of the seedlings that I started weeks ago. Like, this is just so crazy. I think I might have waited way too long. I just had no idea what was going on in here. Check this thing out. So I'm gonna plop these right into here as well as I can, as gentle as I can. I will put these in and then cover. Wish me luck. There is like no room in here anymore for anything. And in my mind, my plan was to have pretty much all of this, some of that out. Like, I mean, all of this, that was all supposed to be out in the garden, outside, to make room for the squash and the other flowers that I have going and herbs. And it's just a little chaotic here, but these are the seedlings I just put in. So this is the yellow crookneck squash. This is the Black Beauty zucchini. And then these are the black tomatoes.